Hello, my loveliest, dearest Cancers. This is your horoscope for July 2024, and July will be amazing month. Amazing energy. All the planets are so friendly to each other. Make a wish, my dear Cancers, because July is your birthday month. Happy birthday to those Cancers who are born in July. Make a wish for your birthday, celebrate it, because birthday is very important time. It's a solar year, so you are setting intentions, you are setting the colors for your upcoming solar year. What is a solar year? For those who doesn't know, it is the year that it starts from our birthday until next birthday, meaning on your birthday, make sure that you are the happiest. Make sure that you are on the positive, amazing energies to manifest your wish, to make your wish come true, And for the next 12 days after your birthday as well, be on a positive mood, be on a positive vibrations, because next 12 days, like following your birthday, will set the whole 12 months, whole year until next your birthday. So those 12 days will equal to those 12 months until your birthday next year, my dear Cancers. Make it count. Make your wish come true, my dear Cancers. So celebrate for sure. Make sure that you are celebrating with positive people that love you, that you love back, and with your friends, with your surrounding that supports you and your dreams. That is very important in astrology. Now, coming back to July, and July will be, seems like a lot of me and other people topic activated, because one of the important axes in astrology, meaning like lines in the chart, like two houses that are opposite to each other, will be activated the most in July. And the first one, and in your case, it's called angular houses, those that are, on the angles, like that they do cross. So one of these, one of the two of four angles will be activated, first one and seventh one. Now, first house is all about me and myself, my plans, my future, my wants, what I wish, what is my life, let's say, who am I at core. And seventh house, that angle is responsible for all other people that are opposite to us, who we attract in our life, who we communicate, who we deal with in our life. And also, most important, relationships to the opposite house is those that are committed relationship or business relationships, all the relationships that are on the paper, that we sign papers together, as a two sides. Those relationships will be coming forefront, in July. And also, your financial house will be activated, my dear Cancers. And your financial house will get activated right from the get-go of July. On 2nd of July, 2nd July will be packed with a lot of planetary activities and movements, and it will be one of the busiest days of July. And you will understand me what I'm talking about when, two of the planets will activate that house, that part of your life, your financial house, your income house, by the beginning of July. Now let's start. On 2nd of July, planet of communication and signing contracts, Mercury, all the things that we think, our thoughts, what we speak, our, whatever we convey to other people, and whatever information comes to us, it's all Mercury. Now, Mercury, being a planet of communication and signing contract, on 2nd of July will move into your house of income, house of earned money, the money that you earn yourself, second house. Now, and also second house is also our resources. What does it mean, resources? It's also energy, right? We need energy as our resource to function in life, and also our vibrations, all the food as well, because food, that's what we need to live. And that is also in the second house. So second house is, all about resources. And of course, money. It's a financial house. That's what we need to as well, manage our day-to-day life. Now, Mercury moving there, seems like you might be signing some contracts on 2nd of July, near like this date. Some sort of contract some of you guys might be signing, and might be even like, maybe you are looking for a new job. You might be applying on 2nd of July, or you might be actually hearing back from some employees, inviting you for interviews. That will be, some sort of news coming regarding your income, abilities and skills, meaning maybe it's a new job interview, or it might be you going to be applying, or you might be just searching. This kind of thought will come into your mind to see what's on the market. Maybe there are some, it might be like new, fresh kind of positions and companies that you wanted to move on, like let's say move to. Now this second house will get activated by Venus, second planet, on 11th of July. Now Venus is, planet of beauty and planet of love, but it's also planet of money. Now Venus coming into your money house, the same second house. Now these two planets will activate your second house, and when Venus hits it on 11th of July, it seems like you might be getting some sort of, gifts, because it's your birthday month, my dear Cancers. Around 11th of July, you might be receiving some valuable gifts, because second house is that kind of valuable gifts, mostly expensive, like let's say phone, some like technology, let's say some technical stuff, or it might be a car, or it might be a house, apartment, anything that is valuable, or jewelry, or some sort of expensive thing that you wished for, because second house is all that thing, the material possessions, expensive gifts. And also second house is responsible for our values, what we value in life. And in terms of your values, for some of you guys, it seems like from 2nd of July onward, and even 11th, especially July, when Venus also comes here, you might be kind of rethinking, reprioritizing, because second house is priorities, what we value. Maybe it might be a love, or it might be a family, or money, or friendship. What is that you value in life? And those things might be shifting, or it might be kind of, rearranging in your head. Let's say, what is it for now for you the most important in your life? Maybe it's your mother, or maybe it's your father, or your family, or your husband or wife, and it seems like those topics will be in your kind of forefront thought, kind of. You might be a lot of thinking and giving consideration to this kind of thoughts, my dear Cancers. Now, and Mercury being the planet of thoughts and thinking will give you all those kind of to consider all those things as what you value and what is your self-worth, because second house is, it's our self-esteem. Do we value ourselves? It's our self-worth, how we think about ourselves. I mean, do we worth something like bigger, or that, or this, it doesn't matter what, but the point here is you might be thinking about your values and your own value for someone else, or in general. Now Mercury will be giving you all these thoughts up until end of July, for the most of July, until it will move into your third house on 26th of July. Now towards the end of July, Mercury, planet of communication, will move into your communication house, because third house is all about, communication, like telephone, or also some information house, and also agreements house, where we negotiate, where we sign something, some contracts. And it might be by 26th of July, you might be as well signing already solid contracts, or you might be selling some things or buying some things, because third house is the house of trade, and here most probably it might be your car, your transportation. It doesn't matter if it's a car or any actually type of transportation here. So any type of transportation might be buying or selling when Mercury hits your third house on 26th of July. And also it's short trips. 26th of July, you might take, hop on a plane or a car and travel somewhere, but not somewhere far, but rather it will be something very near, something not far, might be 1 hour or 2 hour kind of drive. And around 26th of July, these kind of short trips might be popping up into your life for some of you guys. And for other of you guys, you might be actually thinking to buy some sort of new technology or technical stuff, maybe technical appliances for your home, or just a new phone. Maybe you want to renew a phone for yourself. And a lot will be going on around your siblings too. You might be contacting them if you have them, especially for those of you guys who has brothers and sisters. You might be more than often communicating with them, with your siblings. And if you don't have them, for you guys, it might be your neighbors actually, or your kind of relatives. Now, as I said in the beginning, 2nd July will be packed with, actions from the planets. And on 2nd July, we have also Neptune planet of magic, imagination, and inspiration. I love this planet Neptune, even though it gives also confusion because Neptune is linked with fog in astrology, and whatever it touches, it might make it foggy, meaning confusing. Nothing is visible, visibility is zero. But still, I love Neptune because it's the planet of magic at the end of the day, and it's the planet of our imagination. That's the planet will make you actually dream about some things. Kind of manifest some things, visualize some things. I love this planet. Now, 2nd of July, from the beginning, Neptune, planet of magic, will move backwards, meaning will go into retrograde until 8th of December, pretty much end of the year, in your 9th house, house of foreign lands and everything related to foreign, like also studies, education, your higher mind. 9th house is also linked with our higher mind, meaning what we are like in terms of soul kind of evolution we are, what level we are at, and are we open-minded? This kind of questions actually, 9th house is responsible for. And Neptune will move retrograde, meaning moving backwards in your 9th house, following actually Saturn, because Saturn, planet of restrictions and planet of hard work and also discipline, planet of rules. This planet went retrograde on 29th of June, a couple of days before Neptune. Also, now going retrograde, going backwards exactly in the same 9th house. Both of these planets will move backwards in your 9th house, my dear Cancers. And Saturn will move until will be retro until 15th of November, also pretty much of end of the year. So, these two planets moving backwards in your 9th house, they will give you kind of a background sort of topic for the next half of the year, starting from July, because these two planets are heavy planets. Why heavy? I mean, they are karmic planets. They more influence on the level of our subconscious mind, what is happening inside us. What we don't say, what we don't verbalize it. Whatever is in our mind, whatever is on our soul level, evolution. This kind of influences will be giving these two planets. And in your case, it's happening in your 9th house, my dear Cancers. It's like your higher mind is trying to open up and knock on your door, frontal door, let's say, saying because 9th house is also like where we search for meaning of life, and next half of year, and it seems like will be as a background, it's kind of all the time on repeat, but then you might not be thinking about it every day, but time to time you will be coming back to these kind of topics in your head, with yourself, sorting out. That's why it's a background action. Now, 9th house is all about searching for meaning of life. You might be actually thinking a lot. What is your meaning, of your life? Let's say, what are you doing? Why you come to this life? Like, let's say, what is your accomplishments and what you have to accomplish? Maybe you will be thinking to change completely your life and your life's direction. What you want to do, in this lifetime, because I do believe we have a lot of lifetimes. So you might be quite a lot of, thinking on those topics too. And 9th house is also a house of, speaking about more materialistic way. Let's say 9th house is all about languages and foreign affairs. So you might be actually going back to school or start studying something that you've done before, like the same languages. Maybe you're gonna reviving or repeating, let's say, trying to remember the languages that you learned before already. Or you might be also contacted by universities that you've studied before and teachers. You might see them and meet them somehow. Or also you might travel back to those places where you've been before, and somehow quite a lot of might be actually traveling happening to those places that you've been and familiar with. Now, also, 9th house is the publishing house. For those of you, my dear Cancers, who are writing, let's say, an article, let's say you're a researcher, you are studying and you're writing a research, or you are just at home and writing a book about anything, or any article actually you are writing. For you guys, it seems like you might have to do a lot of revision, rewriting. Maybe your publishing house or this editor will give you quite a lot of corrections and maybe revision work to do for you, and it will be up until end of the year, So you might be kind of rewriting all those work that you've done, let's say, and giving it second and even 10th thought, let's say. For some of you guys, it might be also related with foreign like documents, everything related to visa, residence permit, passport, citizenship, those things might be, let's say, stuck, or it might, require more documents. So you might be all for the next 6 months, half year, submitting, resubmitting, or doing some things around your documents related to foreign land, whether it's a visa, whether it's a permit, as I said, anything, or citizenship. And for some of you guys, it might be with the same topic, but at the same time you might be second time applying. For example, let's say you've traveled before to some country where they require a visa from you, and you've been there, like, let's say 2 years ago, and now you're again want to travel there, and you're gonna apply again to the same visa. So it seems like you might be doing you might be going back to those paperwork, foreign land related paperwork to do, and you might be again doing those things, or you might be going back to studies, and you will be applying for your scholarship and all those things. And 9th house is also exams. Those of you, some of you might be taking up exam like second time or even third time to pass that exam. This kind of things might be at the background, it's like sort of a background play, my dear Cancers, for your July. Now, let's talk about amazing new moon in your sign. You are my heroes, my dear Cancers. 6th of July, we have amazing pitch new moon, amazing one, like a diamond. And moon is your ruler, my dear Cancers. You are the most affected by new moons and full moons. And this new moon is happening in your sign, in your first house, my dear Cancers, at 14 degrees. Meaning those of you who are born around 6th of July, plus or minus 5 days, will be affected the most by this new moon. I'm so happy for you guys about this new moon. Get ready to manifest your wish, and especially if it's your birthday on 6th of July, you guys in luck. You are heroes. You are getting something new in your life, All Cancers will get something new, New moons are about new stories, new chapters, some sort of new situations in your life, new opportunities. I love this word. Now, that new moon will be supported by Saturn, our strict teacher, planet of responsibility, planet of hard work, and planet of, all sorts of regulation, which is, retrograding in your 9th house that I said of your higher mind. And also that new moon will be supported by another planet, Mars. Mars is planet of desire. It's our action planet. This is our engine, which sits inside us and, moves us to make and create things in life. And Mars will be situated in your house of future, house of your dreams and wishes, your plans for your future. And that's an 11th house. And 11th house also is the house of your friendships, the circle, social circle that you belong to. Now, something new related to internet might be starting, because 11th house is also house of online things and internet. You might be starting something new. When we have new moon in our sign, we get only one new moon per year in our signs. So use it, my dear Cancers. Don't waste it. If you have something to start exactly on 6th of July or after, not before, because moon needs to, be born so that it will grow, and it will grow your business that you're going to start, or any initiative that you're going to do. If you want to apply to a new job or something, do it after 6th of July. If you are starting new business, do it after 6th of July, my dear Cancers. Now, you get the point, right? So, new moon in your house might, manifest and give you a lot of things, manifest in anything, actually, that you put your mind to. So, very important here to actually, think about something and take action and manifest it. So Saturn and Mars supporting that new moon, suggesting that you might be, starting something related to social media, something related to influencing other people, especially whole world, foreign peoples, because Saturn is in your foreign house, 9th house. And also, it might be, first house is all about our appearance. You might get popular actually by this new moon. People might notice you somehow because it's in your 9th house and 11th house. Those both houses are like, expansion houses. They are, both of them, and Saturn and Mars, in the house that they're located in the house of expansion, in the house of future, in the house of influence, my dear Cancer. So you've got everything you need to get to be popular, to be influential, my dear Cancers. Also, first house is all about me, what my plans are, and what my future are. Who am I at core? It seems like you are getting renewed. At the new moon, we all get renewed in our sign, and you might be changing your name or changing your surname or how people in generally call you, You might come up with some nickname for yourself at this new moon, and it seems like will fit you quite a lot. And because Saturn rules naturally your house of committed partnerships, like your husband or wife or business partners, it seems like you might get some sort of invitation or collaboration kind of offer, and I would advise you to take that offer. It seems like that collaboration offer will come from someone who are speaking different language and from different culture. And also because Mars naturally rules your career and social status house, seems like whatever you're starting, my dear Cancers, around the 6th of July will be your career, like your future, my dear Cancers. And also it might be your friend will be helping you, and that friend seems like is with influence. That friend is with let's say quite a lot of power, and it might be actually friend who will be helping, or you might actually start with someone, so with one or two of your friends, that business. Now you got the message of the new moon. Always allow new moons or full moons, any new moons and full moons, 10 days to bring that message, because new moons, they bring their messages within 10 days that they appear, not necessarily exactly 6th of July, but 5 days before and 5 days after. Now, let's move further. 15th of July, Mars, planet of action, planet, our engine, will make conjunction with Uranus. Now, Uranus is the planet of surprises, planet of, electricity. That's why it's a planet of electrical shock. You never know what to expect from Uranus, and they will be making coming to the same point in your house of future, in your 11th house of friendships also, your social circle. It seems, this Mars and Uranus, when they come together, it's a bit of explosive aspect in astrology, but as I see it, it's more positive aspect this time, because also Neptune will make amazing angle to both of them from your house of foreign affairs, from your house of higher mind. And Neptune is the planet of magic and imagination. It will make more gentle. They are kind of cooperation, they are aspect. When Neptune is in the picture, everything goes more smoother, more gentle, and it seems like you might be, making all of a sudden a friend. It might be possible for a long time that friend will stay in your life, or you might actually be, because 11th house is also a bigger kind of our social circle. You might join some new social circles, be it drawing or dancing or any other skill, like maybe coding social circle, clubs and groups. You might get invited to those kind of groups. And because Neptune is also from the 9th house, in that, in those kind of circles and clubs and groups, there will be mainly quite a lot of foreigners, like people who doesn't speak your language, let's say, or doesn't come from your culture. And all of a sudden, you might get invitation to some event, because 11th house is events, and shows. It's a big shows where a lot of people gather. So 15th of July will be something memorable for you, my dear Cancers. It might be also related to foreign affairs because of Neptune in your 9th house, like visa status or your citizenship status. You might get some news there, and you might be also funding someone else's travel to some other countries. You might make this initiative to fund someone else's, let's say, trip. That might be also possible. And all of a sudden, you might receive as well recognition that you never anticipated, because Uranus is the planet of surprises. You never know what is happening, what is going to come into your life. But, considering that it's happening in your 11th house, some sort of harvesting results house, like popularity house, you might actually get popular at around 15th of July, getting a lot of social media attention, getting a lot of followers, and also you might get some sort of a new kind of title or recognition for your hard work that you've done, like in the past. Now, 20th of July, Mars, planet of action, our engine, planet of motivation, is moving into your 12th house. Now, Mars and 12th house, they're not a bit like, let's say, competitive, because Mars is all about let's do, and 12th house is all about rest, because 12th house is the last house in our chart, and it's about rest. It's about everything that we don't show to people, about everything that is happening behind the doors, meaning in your also subconscious mind, and literally, and speaking, let's say, and it's it's about subconscious mind, it's about psychology, and also about our soul kind of development. It's about spirituality. And maybe Mars in 12th house might indicate for you, some of you guys, and especially for you guys, because you're such an intuitive people, might indicate even more drive to study astrology, tarot, or numerology, all these esoteric kind of subjects, all that is psychology, or all that is magical and mystical, because 12th house is all about that. Also, Mars in the 12th house might indicate not only rest but also travel. For some of you, 20th of July, like around 20th, like the moment Mars enters on 20th of July, your 12th house onward, like following days, you might travel very, very far, because 12th house is far lands, far destinations. You might actually buy tickets around 20th of July and onwards, following days, or you might actually travel, and you might be planning that long trip. 12th house, as I said, is rest. You might be taking some rest. Some of you guys, like retreats, or let's say physical healing could be possible too, like treatments, because 12th house is all indication of hospitals as well, our health. You might be visiting doctors, you might be consulting with them, or actually going to some sort of therapies, any kind of therapies, and mental and physical, anything that comes to boost your health might be happening after Mars enters your 12th house. And also you might be kind of stuck in some isolated place, like let's say hospitals, or also prisons here, also islands or libraries, also all the things that are isolated. I prefer to think about island. Better just be stuck in island, right? On island. Now it seems like Mars also might give you actually travel to the sea, to some sort of island, life, or to some religious trips as well, like that, the places that have meaning to you, to your soul, like maybe it's some power places like Tibet, or any other thing like Stonehenge. Might be that too. Now, 21st of July, we have full moon of July month, and that is happening in your house of committed relationships. Now, 7th house is all about our husband or wife or partner that is a long-term partner, not the one that we start dating recently and seeing each other. No, only those that are long-term, and also your business partners. Why business partners? Because it's, whatever we sign on the paper, our partnership, when we marry, we also sign a paper. So that's why everything which is committed relationships, like your business partner is here too. Whoever you sign like legal, let's say, papers, is in your 7th house. Now, full moons are all about endings. They bring to culmination some story that was already bubbling there. Nothing is new about full moons. Full moons are all about, ending to some sort of story that was already happening in your life, or they are like a big light. They bring your attention to some situation, to a person, or to a thing in your life that needs your attention and needs an action from your side that you've not been noticing or just ignoring. Actually, full moon's job is that. Now, full moon happening in your 7th house will happen on 29th of degree, meaning those who are born the last days of Cancer sign, like 21st of July plus or minus 5 days will be affected the most by this full moon. And that full moon will be in conjunction with Pluto. Pluto is the planet meaning together. They will be almost together at the same point. Now, Pluto is the planet of transformation, and it will be situated in your house of other people's money. Financial house, like your husband's money, your wife's money, or bank loan, actually all the money that is not yours but are coming to you, that you haven't earned, let's say. And full moon will be supported by Mars, which is in your house of past and your subconscious mind house, and that Mars is still in conjunction with Uranus, which is planet of surprises, in your future house. Now, that full moon also gets support from Neptune, planet of magic, in your magic house, 9th house of your higher mind. You see, full moon is in amazing support, from all other planets, and, happening in your 7th house, it seems like more of a happy ending to something. You might be ending your job, let's say. You might be ending, maybe you are resigning. because it's a business partner, and Pluto is coming, in the picture, but it gives this sort of vibe that something might be scary and something might be uncertain, but Mars and Uranus will give you that courage, will give you that bravery, to deal with the situation, and you will be on a more happy side. Some sort of like, you are scary, but then you know that you're doing the right thing, my dear Cancers. This kind of vibration has this full moon. And happening in your 7th house, it seems like whatever is the situation, maybe you are breaking up, maybe you are ending your marriage, or it might be you are just quitting your job, or changing your business partner, let's say. Whatever is the situation, seems like you will be content with this situation, you will be happy, kinda, let's say, and it will be mostly your initiative as well. And looking at these houses that are involved, it seems like for some of you it might be about health also. If there is this health situation going on, this full moon will bring culmination to that kind of health, whatever related situation there. And also if it's about travel, and also you might get a result for your application, let's say for visa or for citizenship or residence permit. Around this full moon, you will get your answer, my dear Cancers. Whatever is that, just stay tuned, my dear Cancers. And if you are in a relationship, you might actually get married, because full moon is a culmination to your relationship. If you've been dating long, you will finally propose, or you will get proposed by this full moon, because love houses are involved here too. And Pluto naturally rules your true love house, and full moon is happening in your committed love house. So it seems like for some of you it might be about love. And lastly, Sun, our giver of life, light of our universe, on 22nd of July will move into your 2nd house, money house, your house of earning money, my dear Cancers. Your attention will switch by the end of July to your situation of work, your situation of income and finances, my dear Cancers. This was your horoscope for July. Enjoy your July, my dear Cancers. Celebrate your birthday for sure, and use the power of new moons and full moons. Stay tuned to August, and don't forget to check your rising sign, ascendant, and moon sign. Those are very important. Love you all. Bye-bye.